I used to think that I wanted to be a singer. You know that? I used to think I wanted to be a singer when I noticed the singers got all the girls. You know, girls like those singers. They come out with their shiny suits and they lean over the front of the stage and sing to the girls. You ever watch those guys? A lot of times those guys spit when they sing. You ever notice that? A lot of times they spit on the girls when they sing. And girls like that too. Girls like for those guys to spit on them. That's what makes girls swoon, that spit. It's been that way all through history, even back during the time of the first great singer. First great singer musician that was, well, it was Little David. Remember Little David? Had the fight with Goliath? I bet Goliath remembers David. Yeah, David was, that's why the fight came about. Because Goliath was jealous about the popularity that David had with the girls. See, David was a singer. Played harp, he'd sing. And wherever David would be appearing, all the girls would come in the club and they'd crowd around the front of the stage and scream at David. They'd scream things like, "Play on the harp, little David. Play on that harp, honey. What you say? Go on, little David." Yeah, David was something like the Ray Charles of that time. David had 3 hit albums out. 3 hit albums, big hits. His first hit was an album called David Jams, Part 1. Second hit was David Jams, Part 2. His third and biggest hit was an album called Jam David. People had to really like you in David's time to buy your records because there weren't any record players then. They'd take the albums home and sit there and read the covers and say, "Damn, I sure wish somebody invented a record player." In fact, David's group was so popular they did a world tour. World tour. In those days, the entire known world was about the size of Vermont. Most of the fellas stood around on the corners and said, "Small world, ain't it?" When they returned from the world tour, David's group got a job working on the boat rides on Saturday. Noah had a boat. Noah would give boat rides. The boat would be crowded. Secret of the crowds would be Noah's advertising. Noah believed in strong advertising. The week before the ride, he'd put placards up all over town. And the placards would say, "Boat ride Saturday. It's gonna rain." People see that it's gonna rain and buy those tickets and get on that boat. And business was booming on the boat, too. Noah's making money, David's group's working. Then Noah went off his cookie, started bringing animals on the boat. And the word got around town. Pretty soon all the fellas start saying, "I'm not going on that boat. He's bringing animals on the boat. I'm not going to pay $3 and go on there with an animal. I was on there with a pig last week." So they all started hanging out in a little jazz club, a place called Lazarus Bar. Lazarus Bar was right across from the arena. And in those days, on Sunday, everyone went to the arena so they could watch the Christians and the Lions. Those Lions were undefeated. You couldn't get a bet on a Christian in the arena. Christians had a great coach, but the team was shaky. One Sunday, everyone leaves the arena. They go over to Lazarus' place. David's group's on the bandstand. He's playing his big hit, Rock of Ages. That was a big hit for David. David made a lot of money from that record. His girlfriend, Bathsheba, standing near the stage screaming, "Play on the harp, little David. Play on that harp, honey. What you say? Go on, little David." Goliath came in with his gang. Goliath had a gang called the Philistines. They had leather jackets with their names on the back, football helmets. They drink a lot of beer. They had motorcycle helmets. That's right, motorcycle helmets. No motorcycle, just the helmets. And Goliath started heckling David. And he comes up, he starts yelling, "Sing happy birthday, little David. Sing happy birthday." David said, "Knock it off, Goliath. Man, I'm trying to do a show. These people paid their money. They want to see a show. Now knock that off. I'll go get the police." And Goliath said, "You gonna get mad because I asked you to sing a little old jive happy birthday for me and the Philistines? If I'd have slipped you $5, you'd have sung it." David said, "I'm going to get the police." When David turned his back to go toward the door, Goliath grabbed a club. He's running up behind David. He's going to hit him with that club. What does a giant need with a club? Can you imagine what it's like to have a giant chase you with a club? It doesn't take a giant long to catch up with you. He's running up behind him. Hit him with the club. Try to tear his head off. Bathsheba saw this, and she screamed to warn David. She yelled, "Watch out, David. You better watch out, David. I'm telling you now. He running up behind you, and he got a club. Gonna hit you. Try to tear your head off. David whirled around at the slingshot. Zap! Gave Goliath a zap with a rock right between the eyes. And Goliath fell and died. And all the people started laughing because David leaned over and said, "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.